Right, welcome back everybody, and today's little project is the platform from Exehaven Town station. So I don't know whether you'll remember, but it's going to be an island platform. The little square that I've drawn out there, or a little rectangle, is going to be the subway, which was the way off the platform. I've made it out of MDF, and it's all been treated, and I've managed to cut the ends off. So we've got a ramp at that end, and we've got a ramp at this end. So basically what I've done is based it on the sizes of the old Pico platform edging. So I've used the ramp ends to get the ramp shape in the wood, and then just cut it out really. Takes a little bit of doing, but once you've done it and sanded it down, it's okay. Now what I'm going to do with the platform covering is use what I did before on the Budley Regis station, is use this 2000 grit black sandpaper, which is great because you can do a little bit of weathering yourself by just rubbing your finger over it. But if you put some weathering powders on and stuff like that, it gives you quite a reasonable effect. So that's what I'm going to be using for that. The next stage is to cut that hole out. So I shall be going out once I've had my cup of tea. And I'll come back to you shortly after that with my plans. But that is the kind of outline plan, and you know, pretty straightforward, I think. So we'll see shortly. Okay, so we'll see you in a bit. Right, so I'm starting to think this wasn't such a good idea now. Platform edging, concrete type. Well, I am embarking on doing that now. I've marked this card out, and we've already made some headway on the platform itself. Put a cardboard edge down the edge of the platform, a hole's cut in the middle, ready for the subway, and I've done that much in terms of putting the edging in, but it is quite a job, believe me. I've been at it now for probably an hour, and that's only sort of perhaps, yeah, just over half of one side done. Fortunately, we've got the old Northwest, the chopper one. It's very helpful and very handy. Straight cuts for all these little 2mm, where's that piece gone? There it is. All those 2mm cuts that I've got to make along there. But yeah, so I'll come back after I'm done. Right, there we go. That's one side of the platform done, and that's me done for the evening. I'm going to have a beer and rest my eyes. But yeah, this is it's been a bit of a labour of love, but you know, obviously it's only two sides, and it's not like it's four platforms, so I'll carry on. There's all those bits that I've cut out with the old chopper one from Northwest, and that's been very, very helpful. Believe me, it took no time at all to cut them. But yeah, there we go. So tomorrow I'll do the other side, and then we'll give it a coat of concrete paint, and we'll take that from there. But I'll come back to you after I've painted up the other side. Okay. Right. Okay. So moving on, both of the platform edges have been done now, and I've got to the point where I've just painted them the concrete colour. The concrete colour is the Woodland Scenics concrete. Just there. So yeah, so that's that. So I'm going to let that dry off for now. It's about lunchtime, and this afternoon I shall cover the top and then we'll take that from there. Plenty more to do though, so there'll be a cardboard topping followed by the sandpaper that I use, that 2000 grit. I mean, that is almost smooth, but it has got a little bit of texture in, and for end gauge it looks pretty good. So we'll do that. Then I've got to build the walling around where the subway stairs go down, and then I'm going to probably build the stairs and the subsequent sort of passageway at the bottom of the stairs. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do that yet or not. I've got to cut a hole in the track bed to make the hole go down there. So anyway, we'll see how we progress with that. The thing is, I do enjoy doing this sort of stuff, and but I do want to get on with the track laying. So anyway, we'll leave it for there, and I'll come back a bit later. Okay, so the platform tops are on now. I've managed to shape that card to the end of the platform. Like you saw before, all the platform edging now has been painted that concrete colour, and I will weather that at some point. The cardboard top has been put on, like I say, and now the next phase is to put the, well, paving as such, or tarmacking. It's probably more tarmac really, I would call that, but once I've weathered that down a bit, then I'll come back to you. So it's just a matter of, I've measured up the lengths for the width of the platform, and then from there I shall cut that section out there, out of one of those pieces, and then take it from there really, and then I'll come back to you once it's done. Right, okay, so we're a step further on now. As I said, I'll come back to you once the sandpaper tarmac topping was put on. Now, I've done that, I've cut it all out, it cuts out really nicely. Always cut it, if you're going to use this method, cut it from the other side, don't cut from the black side there. Do it from the other side. It's easier to mark up and easier to see your markings as well on the other side of the paper. Now, and one other little tip, if ever you do this, don't use PVA, although it's good, but it's a real pain because the sandpaper just rolls up like mad, and to get it stuck down, because all it wants to do is just curl up, and in the end it just drives you insane, because as soon as you think you've got it stuck down, it peels back up again. So what I do is use, basically I get the Pritt stick, but it's not a Pritt stick, I get this from the pound shop. I got a tip from somewhere, I think it might have been the Scale Scenes Modelers Group, that the pound shop ones are less stringy, and they seem to be, and they seem to work pretty well, and of course you get 5 in a pack for £1, so it's a right bargain. But what I do is I glue both the platform top and the back side of the sandpaper, so that there's 2 lots of adhesion as such, and then we'll stick them down, and this just doesn't roll up. It rolls up a little bit, but nowhere near like what PVA does. So anyway, that's all down, and I think it looks great actually. What I've done, where the joins are, I've just gone over it with my little black watercolor paint, and it just gives you the look of a tarmac join, if you like. It looks fine. It looks fine. Now the next stage, and I'm just going on to this, I've done a little test last night just to see if it worked, and from my cheap watercolours, and I got this out of a bargain bin out of one of the high street, I can't remember the name of the place of it now, typically, But yeah, where they do all the arts and crafts stuff, books and all that kind of stuff, I got it in there, and it was like £1 out of the bargain bin. So this is what my watercolour paints are. So anyway, getting back to that, I've done a test last night, and on the platform edging, or the white mark down the platform, using the white watercolour, I've done that, and I think that looks terrific. Now the weathering is done with my pastels, which I'll show you now. Right, so these are the pastels. I got these from eBay. They were no more than £4, and there's load more colours in there, but I've just shown you, I've just opened it up like that because the ones that I've used are the two greys here, those two there. Then I've used the next two shades, and basically all I've done is scrape them off, made a powder, mixed it all up, and then basically just rubbed it on the surface of the sandpaper, and it gives it a really good platform kind of dusty look, and I think it tones the black down really nicely. And what I've done after that is separately, because I have tried it all in, I scraped some black off separately. Doing it at the same time with all the other colours, it didn't seem to give quite such a good effect, but so I put the black on, and it just dulls down the dusty look a bit, and I'm really happy with the way that that's come out. And the watercolour for the white platform edging, it gives that look of slightly faded. You can see a little bit of the black through it here and there. I don't know whether I can really pick that out. It's not looking too bad there, and I'm really happy with that. That looks fantastic, especially to the naked eye. And that's where we're at with that. So I'm going to get on with that now on the platform, and I'll come back to you once I've done that. Right, okay, so here we are back at the platform, and both the white edging lines have been painted on now. Very pleased with those. I just love the way that you can still see some of the black platform underneath it as such, or it's sort of like broken paint. I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, so the weathering has been done. As you can see, amalgamation of the colours, and as I've done before, was done the sort of 4 grey brown colours, and then added the black after they were on. So that's the effect at the end. I think, again, I'm really pleased with that. It looks really quite good for a dusty platform. It's taken that edge away from being completely just sort of the dark black sandpaper, and looking like an actual platform topping. So, you know, that's good. It's good. Strangely enough, while I was doing this, I had come through the post. Excuse my hand. Let's get those out. I had 2 watercolour pencils, one white, one yellow, and where are they? There we go. They were ordered a little while ago, and I've finally got them. And I was thinking about using them for the platform edging, but I experimented with the white watercolour, and that's worked out really well. And in some respects, it's the same thing, the watercolour pencils. But what I've done is had a quick experiment doing a road surface, and this was partly the reason. It's a bit of a test just for future, for when I start doing the roads. Sure, this is not quite how they will look in terms of the lines. I'll get a stencil or something like that for the lines that I need, but I just thought I'd try them and then do a little bit of weathering just to see how it looks. And I, to be honest, again, I think it looks great, because you can still see some of the black tarmac through the white lines and the yellow lines, and I think I'll be using those for the roads. That was one that I tried without weathering and well, I've literally just got the pencils out of the packet and I couldn't wait to get going just to see what it looked like. But yeah, I think that's going to be a solution for the road markings. I'm sure I know where to get some stencils from. I think I'll have to look it up online anyway. 1960s, 1950s, 60s road markings, and we can take that from there, and they'll should even up quite nicely then. So there we go. I'm just about finished really, to be honest with this for now, because I was going to do the stairs and I was going to do other bits and pieces with that, but really all I'd done this for was to get it in place. Although I had the platform already in place, I didn't have the toppings on, and I've laid one piece of track, but I didn't want to go any further, just to make sure that I've got the spacing right from the carriages and so on, with the extra bit coming out of the top as such. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to put it back down on the layout, and I'll give you a quick whiz over that shortly. And I'm probably going to weather the sides at some point, but do you know what, I just need to get on with laying the track, and this has helped me up again, because I thought, well, I don't want to get that, I don't want to lay the track and then have to relay it because it doesn't fit around the platform properly. So there we go. Right, so here we are, Exehaven Town Station. Just to give you some idea of how it's going to look, a couple of carriages parked up next to the platform. This is the Bubbly Regis canopy. It's a little bit big actually for this one, for Exehaven Town Station. So it is something I'm researching at the moment, in maybe making another one, but slightly different, and we'll have to wait and see for that. But I'm going to leave that for now, because I just need to get on with laying the track, really. So yeah, really happy with that. Like I said earlier, going to weather the sides of the platform edging at some point, maybe before I even sort of get any more track down. I'll see, and then I can just sort of spray it over with some sealant of some sort, and then we'll take it from there. But yeah, I think the overall effect looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with that, and that's just about the position of the platform on the bridge. Exehaven Town, and yeah, there we go. So job done. I've sort of fitted it round the fence painting and so on, which is now done, and yeah, I can get back to track laying again, which is what I really want to be doing. But there we go. These little things hold you up, but worth doing now, just so I get it right and I don't have to fiddle about too much in the future. Okay, I'll be back with you shortly just to finish up this video for this week. Right, well, just to round it up this week, not much track laying. I've got to be honest, I did do some, because last week I had to take a couple of days off from doing the fence painting because of the weather. So I thought, oh right, I'll get back in the cabin and I'll start laying track. Well, I did, and I decided to relay the corner running into Exehaven Town. That took me quite some time, because getting it just how I wanted, and I've just about got it there. I think I kept getting a kink in the track, and I sorted that out, I think, in the end. The other thing was, as I ran the track into Exehaven Town, as I've previously said, I was a little bit worried about the platform, because I hadn't put the top on. So me being me, I decided to do that, and then thought, well, I might as well just make the platform, which I did, which has taken me a fair bit of time. The other part of my time was taken up with, once I'd laid the track into Exehaven Town, I decided that I thought, oh, I know what to do, because there's some points that have got to be, got to have point motors put on, and I thought, oh, I know, I'll do that. I'll do my first one just to practice. Well, I've done that, and didn't go well. It then took me 2 days to sort out why I had a constant short in the track. The upshot of that was I hadn't disconnected one of the wires to the point motor, and which was actually put in wrong. But yeah, 2 days. Mainly, I don't know why I didn't pick it up, but I didn't realise that the wire was still attached to the point motor, and oh god, I just. And anyway, the day that I finished doing the fencing, I thought, well, I'm going to have a couple of hours in the cabin, and I'm just going to sort that out. That's when I discovered the wire. And within a couple of hours, I had the point motor up running, all put into the Z21, and my first point motor's in. Now I've done it, you know. But there you go. That's the joys of being a novice. You know, I don't know anything really about electrics, and I'm learning so much as I go, and thoroughly enjoying it to a point. But I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. I know that you can. Okay, I don't want this video was going to be quite short this week, and now I'm running into another 20 odd minutes, and I'm having a ramble at the end, as usual. Look, I've just hit 500 subscribers. I'm going to leave it until 2 weeks so that I can get myself sorted out for doing something for it. I just haven't had time the past week or two, and yeah, it finally clicked over. I was on 499 for about 2 or 3 days, and I'm thinking, oh, come on. And yeah, eventually it clicked over to 500. As I've always said all along, I wasn't in it for the subscribers, but it's amazing how addictive that can be, watching your subscriber count go up. But again, like I say, it was just to document the layout, and I have looked back at quite a few of them now. I've looked at a few from the beginning, and yeah, it's interesting the progress that you make, and I know in my head and my brain that I've learned so much more. I know I kind of almost know how to approach some things now, which was what was holding me up before. Was I'd spend sort of a day or two just mulling it over, thinking, well, I'll watch another couple of YouTube videos just to make sure that I'm on the right track. So anyway, there we go. So thank you very much, all of you that have subscribed. Those that haven't subscribed, please do. I mean, you know, it's a great journey, and I mean, it's so lovely to think that all of you have subscribed because you like at least something of what you're seeing, you know, even if it's some bloke messing it up, which is likely at any time. But yeah, hello, I think I've got Alan's chair from Dragon Junction. Was that WD-40? Anyway, see you soon. Can't wait for a haircut. Check you later. Bye-bye.